Hello Space Engineers, welcome back. I'm Wellington6012, hope you're all doing well. So here we are on a rather gloomy night here on Hephaestus Prime, and yeah, this is actually, I've been away from here a little while. I've been just busy doing other bits and pieces. So to start with today, I think we'll just go and have a bit of a catch up around the base, because although I haven't sort of been here, I have been here on and off just tidying up a few things. One of which was when I came up here to sort of get the intro shot, this wall behind me was all caved in. Like, I think it's been struck by lightning, and yeah, getting a bit scared being struck by lightning. But anyway, we will move on. So I'll just jump in here, and I've got a projector set up for my first job of the day before we get into having a bit of a walk around the base. Just flick that on. I've already set it up, and I've already put in some connection through my rabbit warren of construction grids sort of under the hill. And so what we've got here is I've got a projection of another turret to give a bit more protection of the base, and this wind farm up here. Now, really happy with how this wind farm's actually been going in our power supply in particular. The batteries, yeah, there is no way that I ever run out of energy, given that I'm not really using a lot in the base, but it's just good having all those batteries there, and they just never seem to run flat. The windmills really keep them just topped up quite nicely. The windmill's not often performing at 100%, certainly with this fog they're barely moving at all, but I guess that's where having a decent battery bank comes in well. And I've already run out of components, so I'll go back down and grab some of these and try not to crash into the hill. So yeah, I blueprinted one of the other turrets so that I didn't have to try and construct them each time, and that's why I've just got this temporary projector going here. And actually, before I get too carried away on the outside, I better do these conveyors on the inside, which I sort of forgot about. Okay, need some more parts for those. But anyway, this these bottom ones, originally I had the mossy finish on them. Now they've got a concrete finish on them. So that's one of the new things in the Wasteland DLC, which I just purchased this week. So I've had a little bit of a play around with that too, not the sort of Wastelands map or anything, just some of the components that come with it. And yeah, so we'll have a bit of a look at that. And yeah, this is going to take a while. I haven't got my welder on the centipede, so yeah, I never quite got around to putting that back on, so I'm just doing it by hand. And these are going to take metal grids, and that's going to fill my inventory, and dramas. Right, we'll come back to this, I think, and we'll have a bit of a look around the base. Plus, it really is just a bit miserable out here to be flying around. Let's go back into the coziness of our tunnel of Fort Rutherford, and I'll show you some of the stuff that I've been doing. So I just sort of did a bit here and there when I sort of had a bit of spare time. Didn't record any of it. I just figured that I would just do it and show you the sort of end product. So first, with our buggy sort of facility, I can't remember if those overhead lights were in last time, but I put some props in and stuff. So yeah, a few containers and a few spare wheels. And the battery room, no, I don't think I did anything in there, but they're all charged, so that's good. And yeah, the buggy, I can't remember if I had that connection on there before, but anyway. Yeah, these new shells, they're pretty cool. They're part of the Wasteland thing. And yeah, they store it through how they're built. So if you want to get some product out, then you just give it a bit of a grind. And there we go. That's how they work. So they're pretty cool, give a bit of interest to certain areas. Yeah, I did this little link tunnel, put that overhead light in, another overhead light. I put lots of overhead lights in, and they take forever to dig a tunnel, and dramas. A few more props for the fly. Now, I've done quite a bit of work on this fly bay. Spare wing there and stuff, which funnily enough, it was missing a wing. I think that either got struck by lightning or I crashed into something without knowing it. Anyway, that's all fixed. Yeah, so what I did in here, I've raised the roof a bit because I was sort of quite often crashing into things, and I used the fossorial to do that, to dig it out a bit more. I had to lift the fossorial up a bit. Got this extra bay as well, which is for a future vehicle I've got planned. Certainly won't be anytime soon. I did have to give the fossorial a little bit of a push to get up the ramp, so it just didn't quite get up there. Almost, but not quite. The other thing is I've just been sort of getting more resource, so I had this sort of set up just to take advantage of getting some of the stone. I think you saw this last time, but I have extended it. And we'll just turn those off because the refinery that's on the beast is actually chugging through some stone from elsewhere. So we'll head over and actually check out that elsewhere. So this will be the main focus of today, is the storage area. So I was just reviewing some videos that I've just put up recently, and I've been saying that I've been going to be doing storage for weeks, if not months. So today is the day. We're going to get it done. So I've got these drills in here. I've already been doing a lot of work in here, sort of prep ready for today essentially, so I can just get straight into it. Got these 2 drills set up, and I've got some timers as well, which I'll just find it and turn it on. That's that one and that one there with the 1 minute, so we'll just trigger that now. So these are set up to sort of go forward a little bit, switch to left, go forward a little bit, switch to right, and yeah, just making the ceiling a bit higher, smoothing it off, making it look nice. And yeah, you can see all the conveyors and stuff I've got up here. I'm gonna have to spend a bit of time making sure they don't sort of crash into anything. Got these temporary conveyors and stuff. As soon as we're sort of done with this, I'll be breaking them down and throwing them back into a container, so yeah, they won't be staying there, I don't think. And you can also see over here that I've done a bit of work getting a nice sort of slope on the side of the room, and that's using a drill head on a piston, on a hinge I should say, and a piston. Still got to do a little more of that over in that far corner over there. So we'll just make sure that these timers work. That left one's been going a little while, but that's the first time I've turned the right one on, so hopefully they trigger soon. Maybe now? Maybe now. Okay, now. What about now? Maybe now? Yeah, there we go. So they just inch forward and then they get back into the left-right sort of thing. Okay, I will need to come back to that because as I say, I think they might crash into a wall if I'm not careful. Might just need to drill out some surplus stone so they don't get stuck. Now, speaking of surplus stone and drilling it out, today I think it's going to be a momentous day because if I just poke my nose through this wall here, I think I've got the right spot. And oh, there's a bit of light. Oh, there's a drill machine. Ha! Look at that. So today we are going to link up the tunnel, which will be quite a momentous occasion because basically when this gets through, we'll be able to start dismantling it. And yeah, I think actually I'll just turn it on now, may as well. So there's a little bit of steel in there. Hopefully that's enough to do the last little bit. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. And yeah, so we'll just fire that up. Yeah, so when that links up, I'll be able to take all the stuff out of the middle on my left. Right, sorry. Oh, beast, yep. Some other stuff we did here too. Just, again, put in some more props. I was so happy with how it sort of came out down by the buggy. What's down here? Don't remember doing this. Oh, just an entry. Yeah, because I was struggling to actually find spots. It was quite a way to fly to sort of get underneath here. So yeah, a few little props really is making the place come alive, for want of a better word. Oh, just while I'm here, I'll jump in and I seem to be missing a hydrogen. Oh, there we are. Put them in the tank. Grab that hydrogen bottle and also just have a look, because you're probably thinking, oh, what's with all these big things wasting all that resource? Well, I've been doing a bit of stone and look how much we've got. Got nearly, well, 10k there, 16k there, and 35k there. So we've got about 50 odd thousand kilograms of iron, so that's awesome. And there's lots more coming because, as I say, I've sort of started collecting that stone. Since we're here as well, I'll just have a little bit of a recharge. So yeah, on the resource side of things, we're really ramping up production. So it was no problem to get the materials for those props and things. So I was quite happy to brighten up the place and create a bit of interest. So just looking at my panel here, my inventory, you can see there is really no shortage of anything. I guess as I start to fill up the space and I've got some pretty big builds coming up, then yeah, I'll chew through all this. But no, we're in a pretty happy place at the moment. So what I will do now is I'll just go and take a few more bits up to the turret that I'm installing, and then I'll come back and I'll just keep an eye on the drills and things. So that's all going to be pretty boring. What I will do is I'll come back to you when maybe we're about to have a bit of a breakthrough with the drill. Haha, bring out the champagne. Alright, I'll just turn these off because an eye needs to be kept on them, so I've cancelled the timer so they'll just hold fire. Now, I did a little bit of work on this platform here, just a pretty straightforward platform, and where I got the steel was out of this big hole. Haha. So yeah, the drill's got to come through and sort of come halfway across so the diameters of the bore hole sort of meet up. Yeah, now it's a little bit dark, so I might just put some lights in quickly. Okay, that should do the trick, and I'll just brighten them up a bit. Actually, I might just do that from a seat somewhere so I can get some charge, because I'm just about out. Didn't hear any warnings. Oh. But best I top up so I can watch the breakthrough uninhibited. Alright, so there we are. It's already turned up. Oh, that's because I put it on the drill and turned it up already, so I give them a quick flick, and they should be right. Should be enough power, and we'll go and watch. Actually, I might just very quickly sort out my health since I'm just right here. Glug, glug, glug. Right, so I'll go and set up in front of it, and maybe I put a little bit of a speed up thing, so... Oh, we're just about through. Gosh, got carried away. Right. And there we go, we've broken through. Not quite the meeting of the channel tunnel, but a momentous occasion for me nevertheless. As the welders kick into gear, it is such a cool machine this, it almost makes me forget how much pain and agony it took to build the thing. I lost an entire weekend out of my life building that, but it's proved itself invaluable. It's just really ticked away in the background and very seldom has it gone wrong. It's been absolutely awesome. Right. Back to this, I'll just keep half an eye on that drill. What I might do is just put in some railing and stuff just to get the look happening. So the most critical thing first is get the colour right, and probably the most critical thing is actually having parts to build it, because my inventory's empty. Right, so I'll grab some bits and pieces out of here, just need one of those and a whole lot of rails. Should be more than enough. And yeah, so I'll just pop that in here. So get it the right way up and actually get the right thing. And we'll put that in there. And, you know, chuck some rails along the front. Yeah, it would have been nice to have these rails sort of on the outside edge, but no, I don't think that's quite going to work today. But I can put those ones on the outside edge. That way I can put like a container or some decorative thing on the inside on the platform. But anyway, I'll weld this up, and what I might do is there's quite a bit of watching and waiting and making sure that drills don't crash into things. So what I might do is I'm going to finish off cleaning out this room, so that's going to mean adjusting some of the drills. Once those ones that are doing the roof have pushed through, I'm going to have to put one on a hinge over in that far corner over there. So, but yeah, that looks pretty good actually. I might duplicate that on the other side because I did sort of roughly put something in. Yeah, so I'm going to rip through this and we'll come back and we'll put these storage containers in. I did quite a bit more work and then sort of called it a night. The drill machine made it in here halfway. I've sort of taken out that bottom arm so I could put the floor plate in. I'll figure out some way of dragging it, the remnants of it, down to the waste disposal unit. I got rid of all the temporary infrastructure in here, so this is all finished, all mined out. I used the hand grinder to hand drill to sort of tidy up the edges. So yeah, I need to get rid of that container, so there'll be some other sort of stuff going on that side, assemblers and refineries and stuff. So we'll get into it again today, and what I want to do is put in the storage containers over on this side. So that means I can get rid of that other storage container. And yeah, I got rid of the temporary conveyors, even though they're pretty much going to be in the same spot, I think. So yeah, so I'll just put a branch in here, a divider or junction, and a little bit of a trench to get underneath the container. Yeah, so I think I'll have like 3 containers over here, and they'll be for the components, and I'm putting these sorters in, which will have the option of being on pull to get all the components from wherever they are on the base back to where they should be stored. But I think I'll set up like a timer so it's just on a set period, so it doesn't do it all the time, just sort of when I want to have a bit of a clean out or something. So I'll just weld these 2 up because it'll get stuck under the container otherwise. And we're going to go for a large one. So 3 large containers. It's going to be a massive amount of storage. And yeah, I can't see myself using that, but you never know. So it'll be good to have it. And we'll just extend another, what, 2? Yeah, I'll just link them directly together, these ones. So I'll need to put another junction in there. And so I've got that first sorter, which will be the one on pull, and then I'll put this one as almost like a valve, and that won't be on pull, but that means that I can put stuff in manually anytime. And then I'll have the third one down the end, which will be the return, and that'll allow anything through, just only in the one direction though. So yeah, just a one-way valve really. So that's the second one, and we'll pop it in there. I'll just set all this out and then I'll weld it all up, because yeah, those containers are going to take a few trips back and forth. I did think about leaving that the piston in and putting like a welder on the end of it, but it all just seemed a bit too hard. This wasn't really quite in the right spot. So anyway, 2 down, 1 to go, and then yeah, I'll weld this up, and then I'll look at putting walkways in and stuff. So I haven't got a floor here, but what I'm going to do is have raised catwalks sort of connecting everything, and I think that might be quite a good look actually. And there'll be an upper one and a lower one, and yeah, that's what I'm sort of going to do. And that'll just sort of go throughout the whole thing. Quite an industrial look, I think. So that's that sorter that's going the other way, just to act as a one-way valve. And I'll set up a timer that sort of automatically turns off after a few minutes, that turns that sorter off to prevent anything going through, and turns that other sorter on pull. I can only do on off. I don't think there's a function in the timer to set a sorter to either pull or not pull. It's just only got the on off function. So I'll weld this up, and yeah, be back in a sec. Right, that should be everything. Last trip. And there we go. All done, 3 containers. Okay, I'll program the sorter now and get some of this stuff pulling in here. The sorter that now has the access panel on the right side. And this one hasn't got an access panel. Where is it? There it is. Right. So this is our one-way valve. Now I want to allow everything to go through here. So if I just empty my inventory into one of these containers and maybe it's got some ore or something, then that's able to get into the right place. So that's what I'm going to do with that. So I'll just name this. And then we'll go down to the settings. We'll go to whitelist. So that's allowing stuff through, a list of stuff that's allowed through. And I'm going to just put everything in there. So all 5 categories. So just select those and add them. Awesome. Alright, so here's the first of the inward sorters. So I'm not going to set this to pull. This is just going to be one that's operational all the time. And that'll allow me to manually drag components into these containers. But also it acts as a valve so that if there's something else in the base, like a drill head or something like that, that's pushing stuff in, or there's too much ore or something like that, it's not going to let that through and overwhelm it. So just again got the whitelist, only added components to it this time. And then this one here will be the same, whitelist with components, but this will have pull function or drain all. I'll have that switched on. So this is actually going to grab any components in the system, the conveyor system, and pull them into these containers. Now I'm not going to do that all the time, I'm only just going to do that some of the time. And I have some buttons around the place that I can use to instigate that. Because I find if I'm trying to load up a vehicle to say take some items to the trading post, then I can't, because as soon as I drag it in, the sorter just pulls it back out again. So yeah, it's good to be able to turn it off. Alright, that's all sorted. So now we'll start thinking about the catwalks, and I'm going to put a panel on each of the containers as well, so I've got an idea of what's in there. Alright, so that's the downstairs access sorted, and the walkways. So I'll just put a few more of these rails on. And yeah, just so I don't fall off and break an ankle or something. I think these walkways look quite good in here, just sort of above the rock, and yeah, I don't need a floor sort of everywhere. Just putting these rails on the outside, because that sort is sort of above that's taken up with a different rail. So just trying to get these in the right place. Yeah, so that takes up that space the sorters in, and then these can go on the outside. Here we go. Right. So I won't worry about those other gaps, I'll fill them in as time goes on. So I'll just get all this welded up, and then we'll start off on the top level. May as well just use these components, since this is going to get broken down anyway. Whoops. And, oh, come back. Oh, that's not the ladder, that's the floor. There we go. Right. Just quickly fix that hole. I think I've got enough components now, just to finish this off. See, that's come up really well. It's come up awesome. Just these last couple, and then we'll head upstairs. Right, now just trying to attach the walkways up here, a little trickier than I thought, because there's really no attach points on top of the containers. So I'm just putting these screens in, which I'll use the automatic LCDs by M-Master. Yeah, see, now I can put the rails on the side. So a couple of those down there, and then I'll be able to attach a walkway in the middle, and that'll sort of be the foundation. So the whole walkway is going to be reliant on attaching to those LCD screens, which is a bit odd. Okay, that's those. Now I should be able just to put a normal walkway in there, and yeah, it works. Cool. Now I can attach the rest of the walkways off there. Now I won't do it directly above the other one. It's going to be sort of asymmetrical, is that the word? Off-centered anyway. So I'll just put these ones in. I don't know how they're going to sort of attach with walkways to the other side, so I'll just leave them sort of open for now. And I'll just have to be careful I don't fall off. Right, just a few extra walkways, and then I'll put in a set of stairs, which they're going to be floating, so I'll need to put something in just to anchor them to. So yeah, I'll just put in one of those lights. Yeah, I'll put in a down light. That'll do the trick. Alright, so that corner light acts as a nice little anchor there, and that'll give me some light underneath, which will be good, because I'll have to have access to under the floor. So I'll weld all this up, and we'll get these screens all programmed. But once again, this is coming out really well. I mean, it was always going to look good, but yeah, no, I'm really happy with that. Oh, right. That took quite some time just trying to remember the right command to get the information up on the screen. Took me about 6 or 7 goes, only to find out that I'd spelt something wrong, and the very first thing that I tried should have worked. So I'll just put a title in this. So I'll just center the text, and then we'll copy this over to the other ones. Although there's only stuff in this one container at the moment, so the pool has done its job and filled it up with everything out of the base. Alright, so just finishing off the final task for the day, just putting in an access underneath. So just need to put a few of these in around the place so I can actually get underneath if I need to. Also just a good place to put timers and things just out of the way. I'll just name this door because I'll put it on auto shut. So we'll call this our service room. And I'll load this into the door shut timer. So if the door hasn't got a sensor, I've got this timer that just closes them all every sort of 20 seconds or so, I think it is. So I'll just pop that in there. And that way, if I leave a door open, it'll just shut behind me eventually, and that way I don't forget. And yeah, I'll put a couple of timers in here at some point to put the sorters on pull, so I've got that option there. So it might be that I turn up and plug in with a buggy with a load of components, and I might just hit that button to unload it basically. Yeah. So anyway, just put a little bit of a floor down, same as in the other area, and drill this out, and then we'll just do the last little bit of a tidy up. And that'll be us for today, really. Yeah, got quite a bit done today, and finally got these storage containers in, and they were kind of holding up the order of progress a bit, so now I can put in some refineries and some assemblers and that sort of thing. So that'll be tomorrow's job. I'm going to link up this conveyor system to some assemblers and probably work backwards actually, assemblers and then onto the refineries. Yeah, but there we go. That's come up quite well actually. Just it's taken up a bit of room, but not actually as much as what I thought. So I'll just put some railing along this edge here and just get our railing yellow happening. And yeah, I'll probably put some props or something in at some point. Probably a transparent screen as well, just with the overall inventory. Because I think this will kind of be our inventory base for managing that sort of stuff. Like I have consoles in the command center, but I don't think I'm actually going to have a control room for inventory, I don't think. Yeah, I'll have to do another one of those department signs, same as what I did with the power supply. And yeah, and I just need to have a tidy up around the base as well, because there's just bits of stuff everywhere. So I'll get that fossorial down off that platform that I built, and yeah, we might just actually finish with that. I'm just going to do some bits and pieces, and that will be us. I'll just go and turn this sorter back on, because it was kind of being a bit of a plug to stop the drain pushing the stuff too far. And yeah, so thanks everybody for watching. Hope you did enjoy today. For me, the edit will probably be quite savage because it was just over such a long period. I've done so much today, or days actually. This is day 2. Quite laborious work, so yeah. So yeah, once again, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay safe out there. We'll see you again next time. Catch you later.